Vita Health Group provide this exercise class with your health and safety in mind. Each individual participant has their own limitations and should consult their general practitioner or an appropriate medical professional prior to undertaking the class. Should you be prone to injury, are currently pregnant, or be managing any functional limiting medical conditions, please seek medical confirmation prior to participating. At all times, ensure you follow all instructions provided by Vita Health Group throughout the entirety of the recording. Should you experience any symptoms of dizziness, nausea, or increased pain at any point during your participation, please stop and seek the appropriate advice from your general practitioner or the 111 service.
Welcome to today's chair-based exercise. You'll be doing today's coaching session with myself. My name is Matt, and hopefully, as well as doing a little bit of exercise, we might even have a little bit of fun as well. Before we get started, it's important to grab yourself a quick glass or bottle of water to stay hydrated. We will have some water breaks throughout today's exercise session, so you've got a few moments to do that. Also, if you would like to have some music on in the background to keep yourself motivated, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Just make sure that you can still hear my voice. Right then, so before we get started with our main exercise session, it's really important that we start with a warm-up. So that's what we're going to do right now. So if you would like to take a seat, okay, it's really important throughout this warm-up as well that you keep a nice upright posture to keep your technique correct for this, okay. So we're going to start with a mobility warm-up. This is to make sure all our joints are nice and loose, ready for our main exercise. So the first mobility warm-up exercise we will be doing is some wrist extension, okay. So we're going to extend the arms out in front, interlock those fingers, and then just start to give your wrists a little bit of a wiggle for me. It doesn't matter too much which way they're moving or how fast, so long as they are moving, that's absolutely fantastic, okay? So just loosening up those wrists a little bit. A few more seconds of that. It's absolutely great. So we'll go 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Okay, so now we're going to start from the top of our body and move down towards our toes. So we're going to start with some neck rotations now. So again, make sure you have that nice upright posture, hands onto knees, and from there, very gently, we're going to start to rotate the neck just to the right hand side. So when we're ready, off we go. Now it's really important with this not to go too far, okay? Once you've gone as far as you can comfortably go, just start to return back to the middle, and then repeat to the left hand side. And then we're going to go to 6 repetitions on each side there. Again, only going as far as you can comfortably go. There we go, nice and steady with this. Remember, it is just a warm-up, okay? We don't need to be doing any owl impressions or any 360s, okay? Just as far as you can comfortably go there. So that's the 4th one on the right. 4th one on the left there. So a couple more on each side to come. Nice and gentle still. And then the final ones. And return to the middle. Okay, so moving on down the body now, we have the thoracic spine next, so the space between my hands there. So this time, we can allow our torso to move a little bit. So we're going to take one arm, place it in front of our chest like so, and the other arm on top. It's going to look like a very similar movement to the last one that we did. You may find that you don't have the same range of motion with this one. That's absolutely fine. Again, just go as far as you can comfortably go. So starting to the right hand side. There we go. Return back to the middle and repeat to the left hand side. What helps with this one, okay, is to just stare at your watch, okay? Keep your eyes fixed on that position, and that will help to keep your body in the right position that we want for this exercise. And of course, if you aren't wearing a watch, just imagine that you are, okay? So this is the 4th one to the left. Couple more on each side to come. Last ones. And relax. Okay, so we're not quite done with the spine just yet. We're going to move into some lateral flexion next. So again, focusing on that spinal mobility. So we're going to take our hands and pop them onto the knees again. and we're going to gently slide our hands down to our ankle, okay? Now, with this one, do try to make sure you are going to the side rather than forwards and down and cheating the movement a little bit, okay? We do want to make sure we're working the spine here. So we're going to do 6 on each side, starting on the right. So gently down to the right there. And again, if you can't quite reach your ankle, that's not a problem, okay? If you can only go halfway down your leg, that will give you exactly the same benefit, provided you are doing the movement correctly, okay? So just nice and gentle. Remember, this is still the warm-up, okay? So I'm just sliding that hand gently down towards the ankle there. So that's the 4th one on the left, 2 more on each side. Last one coming up now. And relax. Okay, so we're done with the spine now. Next joint up we have is the hips. So rather than going side to side, we're now going to go forwards and back. So take those hands and pop them onto the knees again. And this time we're going to gently slide down towards our big toe. We're going to do 10 of these now, okay? And the same applies if you can't quite reach your hands down to your toes, just go halfway down your shin and that will do exactly the same thing. So what we're doing here is we're just starting to loosen up the hip and send a little bit of blood flowing down to that part of our body as well, which will help us to get ready for our main exercise session. So that's 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and our last one, 10, and relax. Okay, next up we have the knee and the ankle. So we're going to focus on those next. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the leg out and pop the heel into the floor and then come back with the toes. So we're going to do 6 on each side. So it's out with the heel, in with the toes, out with the heel, in with the toes. Make sure to keep that nice upright posture for me. Okay, make sure we're not slouching at all. Got a couple more, and the last one on the right there. So then we're going to swap over to our left leg next. Out with the heel, in with the toes, out with the heel, in with the toes. Couple more of those for me. So that's the 4th one there. 5, and then our last one. Number 6, brilliant. Okay, a couple of upper body exercises just to finish off our warm-up. So we're going to start with some nice big shoulder rolls next, okay? So we're going to shrug those shoulders up towards our ears, roll them backwards, nice and high with those shoulder rolls there, okay? Go into 10, and then once we get to 10, we will do another 10 forwards. So that's 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then give me 10 forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then to finish off, we're going to take our arms nice and wide, stretch that chest out, okay? And give yourself a nice big bear hug. Alternate the top and bottom arm here, okay? So opening the chest and then getting a little bit of a back stretch as well, okay? So that's 4. Again, we're going to go to 10 here. 5, 6, give yourself a nice big squeeze. 7, 8, 9, and then our last one, finish on the big one, and 10, and relax. And that brings us to the end of our warm-up. So now we've done our warm-up, we are ready for the main exercise session. So the first exercise that we are going to start with is a really good one for our shoulder endurance. So we're going to take our arms and move them to a horizontal position. From there, it's really important to angle them forwards very slightly. And then we're going to start to paint a circle, okay? I'll demonstrate these exercises before we start, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to paint a nice steady circle. Whatever rhythm you go at, try to keep that consistent. If you want to make it more challenging, you can do a bigger circle to work the muscles through a bigger range of motion, or you can go slightly faster to do more repetitions, okay? So you can pick whichever level you think is most suitable for you. We'll be doing 45 seconds of work on, and then we'll have a rest after each exercise, okay? So we'll be starting in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Okay, so remember, whatever rhythm you start at here, try to keep that pace nice and consistent. I'm going to go a moderate, steady pace. If you want to challenge yourself and go a little bit quicker, you're welcome to do that, or you can try those bigger range of motion circles as well if you would like to. Okay, so keep that going. As we get to 30, 45 seconds, you'll start to feel the shoulder tiring a little bit. Okay, and the challenge is to keep your arms horizontal rather than letting them fall down. Okay, keep those arms nice and horizontal. Keep those arms at the same pace that you started at as well. Okay, so coming into the final 10 seconds here, keep those arms moving at a nice steady pace. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so our next exercise that we have up is one to wake up our heart and our lungs a little bit and getting our cardio system working. Okay, so we're going to go into an overhead reach with a little bit of a twist. So nice and simple. It's going to look like this. Okay, nice and simple exercise. The way to make this a little bit trickier is to go at a slightly faster pace, or equally you can go a little bit slower and make it a little bit more easy. Again, the option is completely yours. So when we're ready, in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Okay, so it's reaching up with that little bit of a twist. Again, if you want to go a little bit quicker and challenge yourself, you can do that. Or perhaps if you want to get familiar with the exercise, and then in our second round that we'll be doing later, you can always go a little bit quicker then if you would like to do that as well. Or again, you can go at that nice steady pace if you just want to go a little bit slower. Okay, so you probably start to notice your breathing rate increases a little bit with this one. Okay, that's what we want. That's helping to build our cardio fitness there. It helps to release those endorphins, which help to make us feel good as well. Okay, so final 10 seconds, in we go. Keep that going. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So next up we have a squat. For this one, you may want to move your feet and position them a little bit wider wherever you feel comfortably balanced. The most important thing with a squat is your knee position. Okay, so what we don't want to see is any knees caving in. That will cause some knee irritation. What you want to do is have your knees either in line with your big toe or slightly wider than. And the way to do that is by squeezing your bum cheeks nice and hard, okay, and that will help to externally rotate those knees into that healthy position. Now, if you do happen to have any knee issues, you may prefer to stay seated and do a leg extension. You just alternate between the legs so you have that balance, or when we do the squats, you can do a mini squat so you don't come down to quite deep a depth. Okay, so for the rest of us, we're going to make sure we have our feet positioned however we feel comfortable. Extend those arms out, and then when we're ready, in 3, 2, 1, up we go. And come down nice and gentle. Just tap your bum on the chair, squeezing those glutes to drive up. You may notice that I have my arms extended out in front. And that just helps to keep my spine in a nice neutral position. Okay, if you're doing mini squats, that would look something like this. Okay, that's absolutely fine as well if you prefer to do that. If you start to feel really confident with these squats, you can also take a step in front of the chair and do it without the chair. Okay, so keep that going with 30 seconds through. So we have 15 seconds left. Nice steady pace. Make sure as we come down, we're going to squeeze those glutes on the way up. Okay, nice and gentle on the way down. Then one more repetition after this. And then stay seated. Well done. Okay, quick breather. Now with squats, you usually find your breathing rate increases a little bit. So we have an exercise to bring the pace back down a little bit. One that's really good for your posture. It's called reverse fly. So what you're going to start to do is hinge forward slightly at the hips. Okay, going to take our hands and pop them together. And then we're going to extend back until we feel a little squeeze in the shoulder blades and keep that rhythm nice and constant. Okay, so we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Now, if this starts to feel a little bit tricky, you can always do it more upright, okay? That will make this exercise a little bit easier, okay? For the rest of us, what we're gonna do is we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades for half a second and then return back to that starting position. This is a really good exercise for our posture, so it helps to strengthen the back of the shoulder and the upper back muscles. So a lot of us tend to work at a desk where our shoulders might round forwards a little bit, and this exercise is a great corrective tool for that you can incorporate into your routine. Okay, so through 30 seconds already. Keep that rhythm going nice and consistent for me, guys. There we go. And before you know it, we're into the final 5 seconds of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Brilliant. Okay. 2 exercises to go of round 1. Next one is a nice fun exercise just to bring the pace back up. So we're going to go into some cross-body punches. It's going to be nice and simple. It's going to look like this, okay? With this one, you can vary your pacing. So if you want to challenge yourself and go a little bit faster, you can do that. Equally, you can go a little bit slower as well. The choice is yours, okay? It's a nice, simple exercise. Going in 3, 2, 1, off we go, okay? So again, you can really put your back into this one if you want, reach out a bit further. You can go a little bit quicker if you want. You really can't go too far wrong with this one, okay? You might want to throw in some uppercuts, do your best Anthony Joshua impression, have a bit of fun with it. There we go, keep that moving. Let it get it out of your system, okay? Have a bit of fun with it and keep that pace going nice and consistent. There we go. Throwing those uppercuts again and put your back into it. Have a bit of a play around. Pick up the pace if you want, okay? And then we've got 10 seconds to go. There we go. Keep that moving into the final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's the bell. Well done. Okay, final exercise of round 1. We're now going to move back into a squat position, but rather than going up and down, we're simply going to hold the squat. So we're going to move our feet a little bit wider than we did previously. That will help to make this exercise feel a little bit easier. So with a squat hold, it's a great exercise for building strength and stability. It's going to look like this, okay? So we're going to start with our feet a little bit wider. And we're just going to start to hold that position, okay? If that feels comfortable, we can then start to narrow our feet and go a little bit lower as well to put a bit more tension through the quad there, okay? So whatever feels suitable for you, starting in 3, 2, 1, off we go, okay? So if it feels really tricky, just move those legs a little bit wider. You can always come up a little bit as well. If you start to get comfortable with that, move a little bit lower. It's really important with this exercise to keep breathing, okay? Don't turn yourself into a tomato, okay? Keep that breath going nice and steady, okay? Also, I'd advise not putting your hands on your legs because your muscles will be working to stabilize you and they might feel a little bit like jelly, okay? So just keep looking in the distance, find something in the background to distract you, okay? Hold that there. Remember to breathe, really important. Again, you can play around with that position if you want to. Move it a bit wider to make it feel a bit easier, or a bit narrower and a bit deeper to make it a little bit more tricky, okay? Really good exercise. Into the final 5 seconds we go. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done, great effort. That brings us to the end of round 1. So we're going to have a minute water break and then we'll get back to it in just a second. Round 2 then, let's get cracking. So you know the exercises now. If you have a little bit of energy left in the tank, you can give it a little bit of extra oomph in this round 2, okay? So we're going to start off with the same exercise we started with the last time, which was those shoulder circles. So if you remember, arms out to the side, angle them forward slightly, and to make it a little bit tricky, we can do that faster pace or those bigger circles, okay? The choice is completely yours, or you can go slower and with a smaller range of motion as well. So whichever level is most suitable for you. When we're ready, in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Let's do it. So again, I'm just going to go at a nice steady pace, okay? Feel free to go at a different level though if you feel you want to challenge yourself a little bit more as well. That's absolutely fine. So really good for building shoulder endurance, this one as well. It starts off quite simple, but as we get towards that 30 and 45 second mark, you will start to feel those shoulders fatiguing. And the challenge, as we said in round 1, is to not let those arms drop down, okay? Keep them nice and horizontal and keep that pace, that rhythm nice and consistent for me, okay? So that's 30 seconds gone there. Keep going. Try not to slow it down now. That's the challenge. And before you know it, we'll be into the final 5 seconds. In we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ooh, great effort. Okay. quick breather. And then we're going to go into the overhead reach, okay? So when we're ready, we've still got a little bit of time left yet, okay? So just get that breathing back under control. And then in 3, 2, 1, into the overhead reach we go. So you might find in round 2, we do pick up the pace just a touch, okay? And as per round 1, if you want to go at that quicker pace with each exercise, you can do that as well. Or if you simply want to tick off your exercise for the day and got a nice steady pace, absolutely fine as well, okay? So long as we're moving, we can't go too far wrong. There we go. So I'm just going very slightly quicker than I did in round 1, you might notice. Okay, if you want to stay at my pace again, not a problem. There we go. So keep that reach going. Again, you'll start to feel that breathing rate increase just slightly. So working our cardiovascular system a bit more there, helping to build our fitness. And into the final 5 seconds we go now, team. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great effort. Okay, squats up next. So remember, most important thing was that knee position. Keep those feet nice and forward. Okay, you might want to angle them out just slightly, but make sure these knees are in line with the big toe or slightly wider than. So the way we do that is by squeezing the glutes, okay? Again, if you want to do a seated leg extension, you can do that, or you can do a mini squat as well, whichever feels most comfortable for you. In 3, 2, 1, off we go, okay? So again, if you're doing the mini squat, it's going to look something like that. Great for building leg strength, okay? If you're doing the full depth squat, just going to go down at a nice steady pace there, tap the bum on the chair, squeezing those glutes to drive up. There we go. So with that glute drive, what you want to imagine is you've got an egg between your bum cheeks and you're just trying to crack that egg open. That'll help as a cue there to make sure you're really activating those glutes, okay? There we go. So keep that going. Again, try to keep the rhythm going. If you feel really confident, you can take a step in front of the chair and do it without the chair as well. Okay? So keep that going. You've got just over 5 seconds to go. Keep it moving. Brilliant. And 3, 2, 1. One final rep for me. And stay seated. Fantastic. Okay. So next up was that exercise that looks a little bit strange that I said was great for your posture. So again, we're going to hinge forward slightly at the hips, pop those hands together for me, and then go into the reverse fly, which was that exercise, okay? Just a quick reminder there. In 3, 2, 1, let's get to it. So a little pause in that end position there. Again, what this is doing is helping to strengthen the back of the shoulders and the upper back. So great for improving your posture, particularly if you're someone that has some rounded shoulders, helping to correct those into that nice and confident posture that we actually want, okay? If that feels a little bit tricky, you can always go into more upright posture, make it a little bit easier, okay? If this feels easy, you can do a little extra pause at the end to really build the strength there, okay? Or you can even do a slightly smaller range of motion as well, whichever feels most comfortable for you, okay? I'm just going to hinge forward again back into that starting position. And then before you know it, we'll be into the final 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Okay, couple more exercises to go. Next up, we have those punches again. So remember, want to have a little bit of fun with, okay, and not worry too much about what it actually looks like. So when we're ready, we'll go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Start throwing those arms, okay? Again, you can go nice and steady with this one if you want. You can really put your back into it as well. Okay, whichever feels most natural for you. Don't forget those uppercuts, like I say, have a little bit of fun with it, okay? It's just a way to tick off your movement for today, okay? And finish the day on a positive, or start the day on a positive, depending on what time you are doing the exercise, okay? So keep that rhythm nice and consistent there, okay? Really put your back into it if you want. There we go, have a bit of fun with it. You can try playing around with the pace, go a little bit quicker if you want to work your cardio system a bit more there. 10 seconds to go, keep it going for me, almost there. Okay, into the final 5 we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's the bell. Fantastic. Okay. And then there was one exercise to go, okay, before we head into our cool down. So we're going to go back into that squat hold position. If you remember from round 1, we're going to want our feet a little bit wider for this one, okay? And remember to still squeeze those glutes nice and hard, okay? So with this one, you might want your legs a little bit wider to find it a bit easier. If you start to find it quite comfortable, you can start to move your feet a little bit more narrow. So in 3, 2, 1, off we go, team. Okay, so start in that wider position, a little bit more upright. If that starts to feel more comfortable, just sink into it a little bit more. Really good exercise for building strength and stability, this one, okay? If that feels comfortable, start to move your feet a little bit more narrow, sink into it again, okay? And challenge yourself there. Really important to keep breathing with this one, okay? And that will keep you doing the exercise how we want it to look, okay? So just hold that there for me. If the legs start to feel a little bit like jelly, okay, that's normal. That's just the legs working to stabilize yourself. If you do want though, you can always go into that wider position or even have a quick break and then stand up and get into it again, okay? And then before you know it, it'll be through the exercise. So we've got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, take a seat. That leads us to the end of the second round. So what we're going to do now is have a quick water break, and then we'll finish off with some cool down stretches in just a moment. So to wrap up our exercise session for today, we're going to cool down with some stretches now. Really important to help loosen off and make sure we don't get any muscle knots in the coming days. So to start off, we have a stretch for our upper body. We're going to extend one arm out in front with our palm facing towards us, and then with the other hand, just place that on top and reach out. It should feel a little bit like you're hugging a tree, okay? So 20 seconds, we'll be holding these for in 3, 2, 1. Off we go, okay? You may want to tuck your chin in a little bit as well. If you're feeling a gentle stretch under your armpits, that's how it should feel. Equally, you may want to extend the arms in front and raise them just a little bit as well, okay? Just hold that there nice and steady. Make sure those arms are nice and straight. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, up next we have another upper body stretch. So what we're going to do is take one arm, our right arm to start, and just arch it over your left hand side there, and just have a little bend to your left hand side as well. 20 seconds again, off we go. Just remember to breathe nice and steady during these stretches as well, okay? And just calm everything right down. So you should be feeling a gentle stretch just underneath the armpit area there, okay? Just hold that for a few more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and then change sides. 20 seconds on the other side. Same again, just arching over to the right hand side this time. Again, just remember to breathe nice and gently, okay? 20 seconds, off we go. And remember to breathe. There we go. So we should be feeling that gentle stretch just underneath the armpit area there, okay? So 1 for our upper body this. 5 seconds to go, and 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely, okay. Next up, we have some lower body stretches. So we're going to start with a seated hamstring stretch. So we're going to extend one leg out in front like so. Now with a hamstring stretch, everyone wants to be able to touch their toes. That's great if you can do that, but it's really important with stretching not to try and overreach. You're more likely to damage the muscle than improve your flexibility, okay? So if you can only go halfway down your shin, that's absolutely fine. Go to wherever you feel a point of tension and then just ease off just a little and hold there, okay? So 20 seconds on the right, off we go. So wherever it is you feel that bit of tension, okay, it might be here, just ease off, okay? Remember to breathe as well. If it feels like you've got a lot of tension going through that hamstring, again, just ease off a little bit more, okay? You should feel nice and gentle, okay? 5 seconds to go. Keep there for me, brilliant. And 3, 2, 1, and then swap it on around to the left hand side there. Again, nice straight leg. Wherever it is you feel that little bit of tension, just ease off a little bit, and then 20 seconds again, off we go, okay? So remember, it's really important with your stretching not to try and overstretch. That won't improve your flexibility. What you want to do is feel that little bit of tension, okay, and just ease off a touch, okay? If you want to hold these stretches for more than 20 seconds in your own time, that's absolutely okay as well, okay? 3 seconds to go. And ease off, lovely, okay. 2 stretches left. For the next, we're going to need to stand up. If you have a wall or a ledge to support yourself on, that would be ideal. The first stretch that we'll be doing is a quad stretch, okay? So we're just going to take one leg, Make sure the knees stay together and hold for 20 seconds. Off we go. If you are doing this without a wall or a ledge, just make sure that you look straight ahead, okay? And make sure that you center your mass rather than looking down at your screen, okay? Or looking for the end of your leg, okay? Make sure you stay nice and balanced there, okay? And 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then just change it on over to the other side, same again. So if you have that ledge balanced on, that would help. If not, arm out to balance, and off we go, 20 seconds. Make sure those knees stay together. Okay. That's it. If you're wobbling and need to reset, that's fine as well. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely. Our final stretch of the day is a nice big calf stretch. So we're going to take a nice big stance. Really important to make sure the heel of the back foot there stays on the floor. If the heel comes up, we'll start to lose the stretch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to sit into that front knee so I feel some tension through that back calf. 20 seconds again, off we go. Now, calves can be quite tight, so if you find that you have a lot of tension that's running through that back calf there, just ease off just a little bit. That's absolutely fine as well. If that starts to feel easy, just take a nice deep breath and sink a little bit further into that stretch as well, okay? And just stay there for another 3 seconds. Fantastic. And then we're just going to switch it on around. Make sure we do the other side, okay? So again, nice big stance for me. Sit into that front knee. Make sure the heel of the back foot stays on the floor. In 20 seconds, off we go. Remember to breathe. And again, if that feels quite easy, just take a nice big inhale and a nice slow exhale. As you exhale, just deepen that stretch a little bit, okay? If there's a lot of tension, again, just ease off just a touch. Hold that there for another 5 seconds or so. Lovely. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. And that brings us to the end of our cool down and the end of the exercise session. So thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you had a bit of fun and found it beneficial. We hope to see you again on one of our other classes sometime soon. But for now, from me, thank you for joining and take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.